And we are live. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
This is Araneth. I am the face behind this business page, Araneth Digital Life. And today is my first day of this business spotlight. Uh, wow, we have comments already. Okay. Yeah, so today is my first day of interviewing a business partner this year, 2024. This last year I finished 100 business partners. So this
Wow.
year I started interviewing again a business partner, sharing their success stories. So you'll be the first person, Colin,
Wow.
to
I'm
be
honored.
interviewed. Yeah, so for those of you who doesn't know me yet, my name is Aranath. I am the face behind this business page, Aranet Digital Life. And for those of you who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for those of you who have been following me, thank you. I'm so grateful. Today is our actually day 81 of this 90 days Goran Success Challenge, and it's talk about gratitude. So I really want to give a moment of gratitude to all my followers, my audience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I have a guest here in front of me. As you can see, Colin from Brazil, and he is here to share his success stories and why he jumped into this business. But a little bit about myself for those people who are new. I am a mother of two beautiful kids. I am a detective by profession and a student as well, and running this successful digital business from all over the world. So, so today is a day to really also share my business partner's story to get to know him a little bit, why we are running this digital business, right, Colin? So it's your turn. It's your turn. So first question is just introduce yourself. Who is Colin and what's your background actually?
Thank
Share
you.
it
Thank
with
you,
us.
Araneth. Even though I got here Brazil, I'm a Kiwi. I'm from New Zealand, and I traveled the world at a certain age. I thought I want to see the world. You can hear that echo coming through now for some reason. Aaron, yeah, might have to do that. Um, yeah, I'm from New Zealand, little New Zealand, and I was a sales manager and had a nice life. But New Zealand is so far from everything that if you want to see the world, you've really got to close shop, close up everything, and go. Which is what I did. I traveled the world for a year, and I arrived in Brazil and fell in love with Brazil. Easy to do, beautiful land, beautiful people. And I thought, this is such a nice place. I'm tired of traveling. I'll stay here for a little while. And that was 28 years ago. So, since then, moved in with my lovely lady. We're 10 years together. And so I'm becoming more and more Brazilian and less Kiwi. And that's it. And so in Brazil, I, I had difficulty learning the language. So uh, I was I worked not in sales, but as a therapist, as a life coach, and an area I love, which is personal development, helping people in their life journey. Um, but I've had an eye on the development of the internet, like a lot of people, the potential, because I was a sales manager of a huge shop, like a huge structure, and it went very well. But you can see online this amazing potential is before us, right? To not have one little spot, but access the whole world. So I was looking for several years, about 3 years at what I could be doing online, and I came across this business.
Amazing. I love Brazil.
Have you been
I
here?
love I love the fish water. You know,
Fresh water.
fish
Yeah.
water. I have a friend here. She's a nanny, and she's from Brazil, and she always cook Brazilian food, and they're so beautiful. I don't know how to speak Portuguese, but I've eaten their food as well, which is really really delicious. And that fish wada is one of my favorites one. Yeah.
You say to this lady, you say muito bom, which
Muito bom.
muito perfect. That means it's so good. It's so good. So
Oh,
we eat your food, you say muito bom. The food here is amazing. I felt like I didn't eat before I came to Brazil. It's so flavorsome. It's so rich. The flavors in New Zealand, everything's like it's not the same. I won't criticize, but it's not the same. But yeah, it's a beautiful country.
yeah.
Wonderful to be here. But also, it puts me in a kind of situation where I've got my mother and sister in Australia. I've got my fathers in New Zealand, my brothers in England. So people are spread out. I'm friends in America. So you do start thinking globally, and the internet has given us this option, right, to work globally.
That is so true. Just like us, right? We don't know each other, but right now we are working together in this
Yeah.
in this business. It's just like totally different era right now. But I love it because not only you can meet people from all over the world. We can meet. Yeah, I can fly there in Brazil, and I already know you, right?
Yeah.
Doing this business together. Yeah. So my second question with for you, Colin, is before you even start this business, can you share a little bit of your pains or struggles? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I had a bit of a back pain and had a bit of a shoulder pain. That's my Kiwi humor. Um, I think it pains. I think it is struggle. I think it was becoming aware that if I don't do something on a bigger scale, something that can multiply and can be built into something let's say self-generating, is always going to need attention, but getting away from that, do a service, be a consultant, um, and then get a payment for that service. This one situation. Even if you have a real physical shop, it's one sale, one uh, income, or one sale, one person, and that's how it works. And this, when you start looking down the track of that, you think it's very, very hard to grow a bigger, more bright future for yourself, the one that you kind of dream of. And so I was starting to feel, basically, I was comfortable, but I could see that I'm not going to get to the lifestyle I want to unless I make some serious change here. And this internet has offered this change, and I think, like a lot of people, the lockdown um, forced me along the road of that thinking. It's like and some of my friends suffered because they literally had a lot of difficulty with their work and things like that because they could not access other people. And some friends were in a company that forced them to go home. There's the question. Yeah. So that the struggle in some ways is actually finding something that you feel pushes all your buttons and you feel is legit and resonates with you, because there's a lot of options, but not everything is for you, and you feel that you can handle and do. So I would say that.
That is so true. Sometimes people define struggles in a different way. You know, for me, I define struggle as a learning. It's a learning. Why I'm struggling with it, because it's teaching me lessons. So I kind of like embrace that because I know it's just temporary. It's not gonna be forever. But once you change your perspective in life, and then why do people struggle? Because I believe it's just like you're attracting it, right? And then for me, it's a learning curve for me because it's really teaching me lessons, the pains as well. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true. I love the attitude, success or learning rather than success and failure, because everybody has a bit of a allergic spot about failure, right? We
Right.
fear it. It's like it's the worst, it's the worst feeling. And really, as long as you love learning and are willing to learn and apply learning, you can transmute that always into in that failure into learning. So then you've got two wonderful alternatives: success or learning. And we always learn something, even if we learn that it's not the right thing to do. But normally it's to do with the way we did it, how we did it,
That
when
is,
we did it.
it's correct. Yeah, I love learning too. As you can see, all the books behind me. It's all, and also it's useless also if you're learning if you're not implementing it. Right, like you just read a book and you just, oh, you appreciate that book, how beautiful it is, something like that, but once you don't implement it, what's inside the book, and then you're stuck. Right, so for me,
Yeah,
I think my success based on the implementation of what my mentor is telling me and what is the book is telling me to implement it in our personal lives or in our business lives also. Yeah, which is, I
yeah,
totally agree
very
with
true.
you. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
true.
So what made you decide this business?
Oh, yeah, why this business? I That's a good question too. I mean, it does take a little time to see. Oh, you're gonna. Why did you start our business? This business, then? It takes a little time to see what the business is about because there's quite a few moving parts and a few pieces to it. But I was really struck by the simplicity of the people involved. Not some simple as in not intelligent, simple in the sense of not pushy, not trying to sell something, very natural. And you get this chance to go onto webinars and the Facebook groups and see people, real people. It's like, I mean, the world's moving more and more towards having an avatar, right? You don't even know if there's a real person there, what's behind it. But in this business, you're meeting so many very nice, natural people who had their struggles. Some of the struggles literally brought me to tears. When I read some of the stories before making the commitment, I thought, this is amazing. And of course, you always have that background thought: if these people are doing it and they got through their struggle, um, I can do it. It's only going to be a question of time and patience and persistence to have a similar result. And yeah, I love when something's real and clean and clear and decent, and it sort of checked all those boxes. And I think the first webinar actually was conducted by a man who's like a minister of a church or something, and I'm thinking, wow, if it passed through his filter, it's definitely not a kind of fly by night scammy type thing. So it's all these little bits. We're all extremely suspicious today. So with all my checklist of things, and it basically passed all the checklists. So yeah.
That is so true. When I joined the business, oh my god, I think I watched it 3 times because I was in that skeptical mode that everything is not is fake online,
Yeah.
right? But once I watched this webinar with different people, different faces from the first one, like, oh my goodness, is this
Yeah.
too good to be true? And
Yeah.
learning that, and my goodness, it's a one-stop shop. It has
Yeah.
everything on the inside, and that's made me decide that, you know what, I need to make a change in my life if I really want to change my life. So it's
Yeah.
just the decision. Yeah.
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 It's very true. And it's very cleverly, intelligently put together, the arrangement of the earning system and what the person does and what the system does. It's very nicely balanced, the whole thing. So yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful step to take. That's all. But everybody, of course, has their filters and needs a little time to decide. And I think there's also a lot of personal development in it because it's like you start any job or you travel or anything. It does bring out certain qualities that you need for that particular system. So what I'm saying is there's other bonuses and benefits you get from doing the business.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's just like I just love it because I never thought that was actually my worry in the first place. Like, am I gonna be doing this business by myself?
Mm.
and then I don't have any experience, and who's going to be supporting me, and I don't know anybody, right? And it's my first time to run this business. But once I join, like, wow, this is just like a a giant in front of me that I would never thought that they're actually there. They're for me alone. So it's just incredible. Yeah, yeah. So what was your biggest result or change that happened in your life since you started this business?
I would say that it really was very cloudy for me, very kind of like a snowstorm. All this tech area, you start looking at earning online, and it gets very complicated very quickly. It's like learning Chinese or something. And normally they're like really tech savvy young guys, and they start explaining things very quickly, and you feel lost and confused and concerned about if it's like this at the beginning, how is it going to get better? So this is just one thing that came to mind right now, but I think the way the training is set up, that it's so clearly set up. You just have to follow it. You can pause. You can go back. It's explained in a way that you can feel the person who's explaining also went through slowly getting it, if you know what I mean. So being able to step into this world of having a funnel and having a landing page and having all these bits that if you try to set up by yourself, it's scary, frankly, because you know that if you push that one wrong button, it's gonna you can lose the page or whatever. So having this sort of safe railing along the way to get totally set up, and having a mentor, having a coach, having a community you can check things with. Um, this was great already, and it takes a little while to set up, depending on how much time you've got to set yourself up, and then configuring things like there's an element to do with marketing, and there's an element to do with presenting yourself and understanding how this online world works. So it's been an amazing learning curve of growth, basically, over the year I've been in. So I've only been in a short time, but also some results are already coming in financially, and it takes a little time in the setup. I compare it sometimes to um, to setting up a business, any business, even physically. You've got to build the place, you've got to get it all set up, and then you're ready for action. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, it's been great.
you just need to build the foundation of this business. Yeah, even though it's traditional business or online business, you still need to build that foundation. About knowing that the trainings is already there, you can just post and go, take good care of your family, and then you go back and do it again. It's just like never, it's just like nonstop. Right? It's
Yeah,
beautiful because we have so many. I'm working full time, you're working probably, and then you are training, and then you can post, and then you can do it later on. And you're right, well, like if you hire someone to create a website for you, it's more expensive also once you do that on the outside. But in our training, it's already there. You don't need someone to create that for you. You just need, it's just like detailed, really. That's my favorite part in our trainings as well.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you're right.
It's
Uh,
properly
and and often when you
planned.
contract a tech person, they don't do it quite as you want, or there's something, and then the communication, and you're paying for their time. It's quite complicated. And that's just one element of setting up by yourself. So this is already a system that's successful. So you're stepping into a kind of machine that's already having success. Just have to do your part in it.
That's correct. Yes. So we have a few audience that is watching at the moment. So what I know, all of us, when you start, and what, just like me, and maybe you also, when you see that ad and you were very very skeptical in the in the beginning, and we have few people audience that is watching at the moment, what is your advice to them?
One of the things that impressed me was the quantity of women ladies in this business. You know, we joked about it a little bit, Araneth and I. I don't know. I go on to some training meetings, and it's like 80% or 90% women, and I was encouraged by that. I think ladies have a good instinct, and I thought, well, if it's past their filter of instinct, because a lot of mums as well in the business, if it's past their instinct of something being right or not, this is another good sign. And I would say trust your instinct. That's the advice. I trust your instinct. Uh, we can't know absolutely everything about anything we do, even if you travel. How can you know about the place before you get there? What this business does, though, is that step by step, you have a chance to assimilate the logic, how it works, what the idea is, and there's no pressure. It's not done in a speedy way. You've got 24 hours to decide. You've got when you've made a step into finding out more deeply how the patterning works, you have a month to decide. It's a long period of time. There's a small investment at that point. You can get it back if you're not happy for some reason. But it's this non-pressure system is excellent, and I'd say use it. Take your time, watch the training, watch the steps, and that are involved. There's a free webinar. There's a Facebook group you can join, and have a good look around. Get informed. Information is power, and it gives us the platforms we need. And ask questions. You can ask Araneth. You can ask me. You can ask people that are associated with the business. So take your time, use your instinct, and there's no way to get it immediately. I would say that you need to have a little bit of patience. Another thing ladies have, they have more patience than us men. Men are, I believe, are much more impatient. So I would say that, Araneth.
It took my husband 4 years to start this business, because he was very, very skeptical. But once he saw, the blessings that's coming week by week, and then last week alone, he joined my business. So my skeptical husband
Wow,
become a business partner. So it's
only 4 years.
yeah, 4 years. I mean,
Only 4 years.
my goodness. So it's just truly a blessing though, because I prove him wrong. So for those of you who is watching right now, don't listen to your partners, just follow, as what Colin mentioned earlier, just trust your instinct. Your intuition, I believe, is God's whispering to you. So always follow your gut feeling, and then
Yeah,
don't let that skepticism or doubts. For me alone, I have so many doubts, but once I asked myself, what the am I going to let that doubts in control of me, or I have to make a decision to be in control of my doubts, you know? And I remember that one of our business partners from Sri Lanka, he did mention that you can take the horse to the water, but you cannot force the horse to drink the water. So it's only you who can make a decision if this business is a right fit for you. It's a right fit, for your lifestyle. You never know unless you give it a try. And yes, there is a fee involved, but that is, it's just like very. If you take your partner or spouse to the to a really nice restaurant. That's how much it costs. So check it for yourself. Do your due diligence, because you will never find out until you try. Because I actually have business partners over here who has been following me and following me and following me, and then later on after 3 years, and like, why you didn't share that business? Like, hello, I shared this business for the first time, but it seems like they waited for that long in order for them to start the business. So don't be one of them. My
yeah,
only regret is how I wish I've known this business sooner. That's my regret. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm really happy for you. You're gonna always love that moment of your when your husband finally agreed, right? I mean, that's a lovely moment when you can say, "I told you so." Uh,
Mhm.
but Yeah, and congratulations to you. You know, there's quite a lot of people in the business that their partner was very skeptical, but they went ahead, and you've got to say, well, congratulations. And there's another thing I heard somewhere, somebody saying in the when I was starting to have a look at the business, they said, look around you. Nobody who's having success in the business has two heads. You know, we're just people like you, um, from all walks of life, all types of jobs. Most people didn't have any tech background at all, and they're doing very well. And so you think, well, it's true. There's nothing overly special or training, you know, like excessive training or experience. And so why not me? We're back. We're back. You're on mute. You're on mute.
It's just like a little froze over there. Yeah, yeah. I totally
Yeah,
agree with
yeah,
you, Colin. Yeah. It's just like I remember what my mentor told me that don't follow the masses. Follow what's within you, because what's within you is like actually you are in control of your own destination. You are the author of your own story. But once you follow the masses, then the outside world, is in control of you. So it's just like you are the only one who can create that. Yeah, so that's exactly what I did. And I'm just really proud. I'm just really proud because, like, my family is the number one. Are you sure you're going to be doing this? Are you sure you're going to be doing that? And my husband too, like, he's stopping me. But for me, I made a committed decision to join in this business because I see a potential of this business. And then I proved them wrong. And they're the one who's collecting all these goodies outside in the mailbox. So it's so nice to see to see this. So it's and I'm glad we are here working together, Colin. So yeah, so if for all these buyers that's watching right now, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And then uh, from yes, Lemora from California, and then and Gladys from New York. So you just need to make a decision. We have a live workshop that is happening in an hour, 20 minutes, and it is a complimentary live workshop wherein you can learn how to run this business and no more the basics on how to start the business as well. So
Yeah,
see it for yourself and do your due diligence, because you never know that this is actually the opportunity that you have been waiting for a long time, or probably this is the one that answer your prayers as well. Just follow that gut feeling. Every time I make a decision, I always follow my gut feeling. Yeah. Any last
yeah.
word, Colin, before we let you go?
Aaron, thank you. Thank you to whoever's watching. And there was something I was going to say that I thought was very wise when it passed through my mind, but it's passed through and gone out the other side. I think it was to do with not, you can never, you've got to feel a bit of fear, feel a bit of hesitation, feel a bit of uncertainty, and still go with things sometimes. Not to use that uncertainty and I'm not sure. And don't use that as a reason to get stuck in life. We don't feel full of confidence and courage always when we go into new things. So it's more common that we feel some sort of hesitancy and fear and worry. The thing is having enough other perception to go, okay, I'm feeling these things, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. So, Aaron, thank you. Lovely to
Thank
talk.
you. Yeah, thank you. Always see the good in everything, no matter what. Always see the good in everything, no matter what. Yeah. So thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Colin. And then I hope to see you on Monday next week in our Zoom meeting.
You'll see me.
That's
Yeah, I'll
probably,
be
yeah,
there.
that's next Monday. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, for
Bye.
watching.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.